Man. All right. But yes, it is 500 for that mentorship. If you are interested, all right, tonight is the last night, family. Okay, if you are interested, for folks that's on TikTok, shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM. All right, shoot me a DM. Hashtag interested. Hell yeah, I was doing sign language Instagram. Somebody called me. I can't stand when people call and they see that I'm on live. All right, but we back. IG, we back in the building. All right, we was having a discussion. I think someone said, talking about how long does it take to get results. Man, who cares? All right, me personally, all right, I've been teaching this for 5 years. I've had people get results in 5 damn days. I've never got results that fast before. The fastest I've ever got results was took me like 5 to 6 months. All right. So that's, again, me personally, I'm here to let y'all know. I wouldn't put no timetable on it. All right. Me personally, because all of us don't study the same way. All of us don't put the same time in it. All right. And if you're worried about how long it takes, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Because again, it falls on so many factors. It doesn't fall on just, okay, as soon as I send my documentation, I can count 90 days and I should have my car note. That is not how it goes, family. All right. That is not how it go at all. All right, because anything can happen. The opposing company can request more time from the court. The court can grant that more time. You see what I'm saying? But it damn sure didn't take no damn 1 year. It never took me no damn 1 year. All right, if it takes you 1 year, that means you're not responding in time. You're not escalating the situation. All right, because it doesn't take a year for evidence to be. You can have a speedy trial, family. You don't have to wait a long time. But me personally, at where I'm at now, again, when I was a beginner, of course, it mattered how long it took, because I was like, how long it take? I just need an idea. It's going to take me 30 days, 90 days. All right. And it's like, as soon as someone told me, 30 days, you think I got results in 30 days? All right. You think it's, look, it might take a year, though. All right, it could. But I'm saying, I see somebody I've been a litigation on and off for 3 years. I'm like, nah, I don't see 3 years. Me personally, I don't see. Now, I have seen them schedule a trial date a year out. All right. And what we had to do was basically we had to expedite it. All right. We basically requested the court to give us an earlier court date. All right. Because we didn't need to wait that long for us to, all right. Especially if you're the defendant. All right. You can let them know straight up, hey, I don't need a year to build a defense, Your Honor. Is there any way we can, fast forward this? All right. Now with appeals. Yes, yeah. Now, with appeals, that's different. But we're talking about the initial court case. Meaning, within that year, you should either get a case dismissed or a default judgment. All right. Now, again, when we get the case dismissed, what do? We appeal. All right. You have 90 days, all right, to appeal. Now, again, check your state. All right. But ideally, you have around 90 days to appeal. All right. For any decision that was made on your case. Okay, but again, for those that just kind of jumping in, me personally, I wouldn't say put no time on it, because again, you're not an expert. All right, you're not an expert. You can't just say, okay, when I go in there, I'm gonna send that paperwork. They gonna say this, I'm gonna say that, and when they say this, I'm gonna say that. The judge is gonna say this, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna win. That's not how it goes, family. That's how I thought it went. That's how I thought it went my first couple of times, and I fell on my face. Okay. All right. I thought I could just follow a script and templates were just going to get me there. No, family, you're going to get. All right. Okay, listen, your hearing, you're going to get pulled apart like an onion. Does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand that? Right? Meaning all of us, Monday, every last person on here, on TikTok, Instagram, we all can literally submit a lawsuit on Monday. Do you not understand? All of us will not have the same results. All of us will not have the same timeline. Some of us may have a situation where the opposing party requests more time. Y'all see what I'm saying? So again, it doesn't matter how long it takes. All right. And again, I hate to say that, but again, it doesn't matter how long it takes. I wish it did. All right. But for me to tell you it's going to take you 90 days and then you're going to go past that 90 days and then say, well, you told me 90 days. Now you're going to get discouraged every day that goes past that 90 days. You see what I'm saying? So again, it all depends on how strong you are on your case, how strong you are on the rules and procedures. All right. How fast you are responding. Okay. How many appeals are you able to make? What you mean? Like on the same case? I mean, I've seen, the most I've seen is like one appeal. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can do 2 appeals. All right. I'm not sure. I don't have that answer at the top of my head. I'm sure you can probably Google that or ChatGPT it or AI. But I do know for sure you have 1 appeal. Okay. You get 1 appeal for sure. All right. Now it may be more than that. I know for a fact, with criminal cases, all right, you see these guys that, women that go to prison and things like that, they get about 4 appeals, but after every appeal, they got to wait a certain amount of years before they can appeal again. All right. But yeah, so again, I wasn't trying to be a smart aleck by saying it doesn't matter how long it takes. The reason why I say focus on your process, all right? Because I don't really, because think about it. Every time you talk to a lawyer, think about when you talk to an attorney. You ask them, how long can this take? What's the first thing they say? Well, ideally we want it to be around here, but it's going to depend on X, Y, Z. And now I see why they say that. All right, when you trying to get an attorney, man, just tell me what's going to happen, man. They like, sir, listen, we're going to submit this, but we have to wait for how the judge is going to do this, how the party's going to respond to that. See, this judge tends to like this. It comes down to tendencies. It's a real game, fam. You got to have a real strategy. All right, that's like asking the coach, how many plays do you think it's going to take for you to beat this team? I don't think no coach really knows that. All right, yeah, I know we got 4 quarters, but we have this strategy right here. All right, now if they stop the run game, all right, we got to be able to throw the ball. All right, it's the same thing in court. Okay, if they stop one thing, we got to be able to show something else or reframe what we're showing in a more efficient way. Okay. All right. So that's, again, it's going to take some time, fam. Again, I wouldn't be looking for try to get no results in 30 days. Throw that out the roof. Throw that out the house. Throw that out the damn window. All right. Looking to get results in 60 days. Throw that out the window. All right. 90 days. Throw that out the window. Okay. Throw it out the window. All right. Throw it out the window. If it's me, and again, if I'm speaking to myself before I had results, I would tell her, hey, don't focus on how fast or how long it's going to be. Focus on your game plan. All right? Because if you got a good enough game plan, it shouldn't take long. All right? It shouldn't take long. Meaning to get to your answer, rather you have a good case or a bad case. You see what I'm saying? Like, meaning, it shouldn't take a year for you to understand whether you got a case or you don't have a case. All right? Like, meaning, inside that year, you should either get a dismissal, a settlement, or a default judgment. One of those 3. It shouldn't be no 2 years went by. Y'all still trying to get discovery, still collecting evidence. No, man, no, I don't, because I don't know what's going on with that case if that's what's happening. Okay, it should not take you long to get an answer. I didn't say long to get your results you're looking for. I'm saying for you to get some sort of answer for you to kind of work with. If I'm getting a motion to dismiss, I understand I got to go appeal. All right? If I have a default judgment, as me being the winner, I know now I have rules to enforce now. I have means to enforce now. If I have a settlement, that just means, cool, we don't need the courts. We've settled out on the side. We came to an agreement. All right, so now this case was resolved. All right, now again, today is the last day to sign up for the mentorship, family. We are meeting tomorrow for 30 minutes to go over the schedule. All right, we are meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. for 30 minutes to go over the schedule. We're simply going to decide whether we're going to do afternoons or nights, whether we're going to do weekdays or weekends. All right. All right. Ooh, that's a good point. Mayoshi 5965, apologize if I said it wrong. She says, you don't give yourself a deadline for getting in shape. Don't give yourself a deadline for your financial shape. Oh, man, I need everybody to drop some fire emojis. All right? That's a bar. Okay? That's a bar. How many of y'all go into the weight room and say, I plan on being gaining weight. Like, I plan on doing this in 30 days. Like, come on now. All right, come on now. You know too many things depend on that. You know it depends on what you eating at home, how many sets you really getting in, or are you chilling during your sets? Is you really just trying to waste time, let your clock go down and say, okay, I've been in here for an hour, let me get out of here, knowing you don't got that 15 minutes swole, okay? If you ain't walking out the gym with a 15 minutes swole, meaning if your butt cheeks ain't hurting, all right, your thighs ain't hurting, and it's leg day, you ain't putting no work in. If your chest ain't hurting, all right, if your arms ain't hurting, turn around and go back in there. All right, it's the same thing with this information. All right, if you don't feel burnt out, turn around and get back in that gym. All right, some of y'all come to me and say, I've been studying all day. Oh, I say, how much do you study? You know, I get in about 30 minutes a week. 30 minutes a week? What? Yeah, 10 minutes a day. I do 10 minutes a day for 3 days out the week. And like, what is that? I'm not saying y'all got to do this, but family, it was at one point in time, believe it or not. And of course, I wasn't working at this point. This was after I left my job. All right. So again, I got to add that context. I was studying for 10 hours a day. Not even me. I didn't set no clock and say, hey, I'm going to study for 10 hours a day. No, everything that I cared about, it was equivalent to 10 hours a day. I didn't have to tell myself, okay, hey, study. No, you know, there's a lot of people that I got to kind of keep telling, hey, man, stay in it. Hey, keep at it. You're good. You got this. Yeah, I didn't really have to have nobody tell me that. I was self-motivated. All right. You know how, now I'm not self-motivated in the physical gym. All right. Now, some of y'all are amazing people when it comes to being able to self-motivate yourself in the gym. You have to get up, get in there. Now, if you are able to translocate that mindset to this, oh my damn. That mindset right there, being self-motivated, is one of the mandatory characteristics that you need to have. I don't know if mandatory is a word. It is now. It rolled off my tongue so well. Okay? All right? That got to be mandatory. You got to be self-motivated. You got to be... I remember reading this information, not even knowing what the hell I was reading. I just knew it's going to be a point of time when I'm going to be able to articulate this. It's going to be a point of time when I'm going to be able to have a conversation and actually dibble and dabble with this. All right? How many of y'all is in a position now, like, when you read, it's like Chinese to you? Like, meaning it's like, it's confusing. You just like, man, I don't know if I'm even retaining this. Man, what is it saying right now? And I'm telling you, as someone that has results, someone that's been in this game for years, all right, I'm here to let you know, keep going. All right, we all had to go through it. We had to kind of... It's called buying in. Think about a player that goes on a team. That player really don't agree with the coach's game plan. All right. But for that player to be a good teammate, be a good, successful teammate, good, successful player, that player has to buy into the coach's system. All right. Now, what if that player actually buys in and all of a sudden they become successful? What is that player going to say then? Damn, coach, you was right. I see what you see now. I didn't see it at first, coach. I didn't see it at first. I didn't think, you giving him plays. I think he sucked. I think I shoot better than him. I think I do everything better than him. But I see what you're doing. All right, I see. You set me up for a decoy just in case once they, corralled on him, I'm going to be what? Boom. Okay, I see you, coach. All right, so let me run the play as if it's for me. I got you. All right? So it's the same thing with this, fam. You got to read this information. Again, you're not going to understand the play. And I hate to say that this is a play because this is your lifestyle, all right? But again, you're not going to see the actual play that's being made until you buy in. Keep going. All right? Keep going. Y'all know how many people that started with this 5 years ago and they're just saying, I'm getting back at it. I took a little break. They're stopping, starting. Like, how do you plan on building a foundation? You can't. So you know what those people are always going to do? Be buying classes. Yes. So for those that want to know why classes cost, blame people that take breaks. Yes. Yeah. Because if folks just got the classes first and just really dove head first and just got success through the roof, man. But a lot of these people, they take the class, they hit you with all these sob stories. They tell you, I've been reading, knowing damn well they ain't read nothing. All right. It's easy to ask a person, to see if a person's read just based off the questions they ask. Okay? And it's like, yo, family, I have classes, I have services. I didn't have services at first, but I have services. All right? Services are backed up. Don't get me wrong. Being transparent with you. All right? We got accounts that we're just getting to from damn October. All right? So, again, we're transparent here. All right? But I do have immediate classes available. Do-it-yourself classes if you want to learn how to do these things on your own. All right. But again, recommendation, mandatory, continue to pay your bills, regardless of how strong you feel with the process. All right. Because again, your results, your successful results will have you not having to pay with income. You will then be able to leverage interest. Okay. All right. So really tap in with that, family. So again, tonight is the last night to sign up for the mentorship. Again, it's going to be 4 weeks. 4 weeks, April 6th to May 1st. All right. We're going to meet 3 times a week. All right. Each class is going to be minimum an hour and a half. We may go over to 2 hours. All right. But a minimum, you will get an hour and a half with me for 3 classes. All right. Each week for 4 weeks. Okay. All right. So that's 12 classes. All right. You're going to be learning first week. We're going to go over equity foundation. All right. And how to implement that inside your process. Trust law, transferring assets into the trust. What type of trust should you have? Also, week 3, we're going over contract law, property law as well. Okay. And followed by week 4, we're closing it out with court. All right. Wrapping it up with litigation, the mindset that you need to have going into court. How to respond to motions to dismisses. All right. How to respond when, you did everything right and this just doesn't seem like it's getting the attention of the court. All right. All those situations are possible, family. You can't just assume just because you took a class, you got the right answer. All right. That it's just going to, the red carpet just going to roll out for you. No, family, it's not going to happen. You really got to show the courts that you know what's going on. You also got to be civil as possible with the corporation that you have a dispute with. All right. I know a lot of folks aren't teaching people, be calm, cool, and collected. All right. You don't got to look at these people like fraudsters, even though we're looking at a violation. But again, we can assume, let's just say that, hey, maybe it's the consumer's fault because we've been doing business wrong for so long that these corporations have been set in the wrong way of doing it. That's just me flipping the script. You don't got to look at it that way. That's just me just trying to kind of take some of that fire, the blame game. All right. Because a lot of times we like to blame the banks. We like to blame the court. But a whole time, the very first suspect is us. All right, we're the one that signed that contract without implementing any terms, without questioning any terms. All right, we're the one that signed that contract without reserving any rights. All right, so again, it's us that's kind of correcting all wrong. So that's one of the rights that was passed in 1962 by John F. Kennedy, which was the basic consumer rights. One of those basic consumer rights was our right to redress. All right, our right to redress, meaning if we signed a contract and we see that there was things in the contract that we probably wouldn't agree to in the beginning, now we have the right to redress that. It's just long as it doesn't take anything from anyone and both parties still benefit, fam. So again, you can't go inside of a contract and say, oh, I'm taking everything, I own everything. No, nobody wants to do business with anybody that's selfish like that. You have to understand the consideration that the banks are giving. You got to understand the consideration that the mortgage companies are giving. All right. So even my experience, a lot of times when you can start off with admitting what they give and what they do, and then follow by what your rights are and what you are able to do, a lot of times that conversation is way more efficient than, you telling them, y'all are stealing my promissory note. Y'all are making 10 times. Y'all are making, nobody want to hear all that. Especially Frank Smith that's about to get off at 5 o'clock. He don't want to hear all that. All right. But being able to have a conversation, acknowledge both parties, because we got to remember that is your business partner. All right. Whether y'all like it or not, the banks are your partner. All right. I be hearing people say, I can't wait till the banks go away. I don't want the banks to go away. I love the banks. All right. Because when you build a relationship with the banks, where else can you go and get a $250,000 line of credit? Where? And for those that saying they hate the banks, I promise they ain't never got no $250,000 line of credit. All right, or 250 credit line. All right, they've never got that. All right, and I don't think anyone has ever got that before would ever fix their mouth and say, I hate the banks. All right, and that's what brings me to my next point. Isn't it funny asking someone that doesn't understand laws about their view of America versus someone that understands law of their view for America? Now imagine if I was a reporter from a whole nother world, right? Whole nother country. And then I go ask, but first person I go ask is somebody that don't know anything. All right, meaning 90% of you that's looking at me right now. Imagine somebody from over there say, hey, man, what's your thoughts of America, man? I heard this is a beautiful place. I heard this is the land of the free, if you know what's going on. What a lot of y'all going to say? Oh, hell no, this is a hellhole. The food is chemicals. The people are fake. All right? We're slaves. We're oppressed. All right? All our rights are being taken away. All right? We can't do anything over here. We're under a dictatorship. All right, we have this tyrant as a leader. He's killing us all. Oh my God! Now imagine asking somebody that understands what's going on. They're gonna say, "Oh man, this is a place to be. Oh my God, this is a place to set up. Man, get your LLC, get you a trust. All right, start doing business, do the trust, understand contract law, understand equitable beneficial ownership. Oh man, yes, come over here. America is a place to be. Yes." Y'all don't see these illegal immigrants coming over here and racking up. Y'all don't see what that woman, Elijah Omar, I don't know what her name is. All right. All I know is that she's Somalian. All right. Y'all don't see them running it up. You can't tell me America ain't the place to be. What? I don't see nobody else going to another country and running it up 150 million fraudulently. Clearly, this is the place to be. Clearly, I don't want to be nowhere else in the world. All right? I usually thought I was oppressed. All right? The house I came up under, all right? I was taught I was oppressed, you all right? But now I've been reading and achieving. Oh, my goodness, family. America is the place to be. I wouldn't ask anyone that doesn't know their rights what their thoughts are on America. All right? I heard someone say that we're oppressed. Where else can you go and act like something you're not? I'm going to ask that again. Where else can you go where you can be something you're not and become famous? Family, you can't do that nowhere. You think you can go to China and fake it? You don't think you're going to get exposed? You know, what? You think you can go somewhere in Africa, one of them countries in Africa, and fake it? And I'm talking about really take, like, no. This is the only place where you can wake up and literally create a whole persona. Y'all seen that? Oh my God. I don't know if y'all seen this. I'm going to get back to the point. Did y'all see that video of a guy? He literally imitates like bags of chips. Like he just imitates like stuff that's just out in the wild. It might be a bag of chips laying there. He'll go dress up in the color of the bag of chips and fold himself in origami like the goddamn chip. All right? He be getting tens of millions of followers. Y'all know what the comment be saying? Because I said the same thing. I was like, man, I don't even know why I'm watching this dumbass. What is this? What is this? It's so... I'm watching it, though. I'm watching it. All right? And everybody else was saying, this is so dumb. But I'm watching it, though. All right? I'm watching it, though. All right, so again, this is a place you can be anybody you want to be. It's hard to be a realist. It's hard to be the one that's going to tell everyone the brutal truth. All right, it's easy to kind of pander to people. I could have came on here and just said, hey, if any man is getting cheated on by his woman, it's his fault. I could easily get on here and pander to y'all. All right, I could come on here and just be the most religious person ever. Get on here and tap dance. All right. Gonna get on here, pander to women. Oh my God, cause that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Somebody said we don't believe in these false prophets. You don't gotta believe in them. You watch them. Do you understand what world we live in? You don't gotta believe. Your attention says otherwise. Oh my God. I don't care if you believe that's real or not. Guess what? You're watching it. Whether you believe it's AI or not, guess what? You're watching it. Your view is paying. That data is being collected. It's revenue. You see what I'm saying? Like, meaning it's not about whether you believe or not. Y'all remember back in the day it was about, well, do you believe in this? You gotta believe. It ain't even about that no more. It's all about, let me get as much of your attention as I can. That's some business corporation's plan. Let me get his advertisement. Companies spend millions in advertising. All right? But back to the mentorship. Mentorship starts tomorrow. All right? Very first scheduling call class for 30 minutes. All right? We will be meeting tomorrow. Okay? All right, to go over the schedule and the schedule only. Okay, schedule and the schedule only. All right, our first class will be, all right, after. Okay, after we come with the schedule. All right, so if we meet tomorrow and we say, hey, our first class should be Monday. All right, first class is Monday. No ifs, ands, or buts. We're gonna vote as a community. All right, we're gonna vote. All right, and we're going to have 3 classes. Again, that's going to be the schedule to be set in stone. All right, so remember, y'all, we got people that's on the West Coast, Midwest, East Coast that's tapping in. So it's going to be the time differential is the biggest issue, all right, dealing with mentorship. All right, now for those folks that enters the mentorship, let's say we all agree on the time with, that just isn't conducive for yourself. Remember, you're going to receive all the recording. All right. all the recordings you're going to receive. So let's say you get off work at 8 o'clock, but say we start class at 8 p.m. All right? Don't worry. You're going to get the recordings, fam. You're going to get all the recordings, all right? And I'll have it where, the first 2 weeks will be a certain schedule, and then we'll flip it the last 2 weeks to kind of cater to those folks that, that was at a disadvantage, all right? Everything so we can make accommodations, fam. We want everybody to have what they need so they can study. So not only study, all right, study so you can get results, fam, because we're not trying to blank study. We're trying to study to get results. All right, a couple of folks asked, how much is it, this mentorship? My past mentorships have been around $3,500, $2,500, all right, but this will be the lowest mentorship and the most informative mentorship, meaning we're bringing in all 4 pillars: equity, trust, contract law, court. All right, so I believe those is the 4. I believe those are the 4 pillars. All right, it is $500, family. It is $500 for that class. Yes, there are no more discounts. Yesterday was the last day to do the discount. All right, but if you do have the if your code's not working, we'll shoot you a DM. All right, but it is $500 for those. Since we're on TikTok and Instagram, y'all can click the link in my bio and go ahead and reserve your ticket. All right, because we will be sending out Zoom links tomorrow at noon. I'm gonna say it again. We will be sending out Zoom links for tomorrow's class tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow's class starts at 6 p.m., but we will be sending Zoom links at 12 noon tomorrow. All right, somebody said it's $500 for old college teammates. Big hell yes. Big hell yes. And if that's my boy JJ from Clinton College, you pay $500, JJ, I'm going to send it right back to you, JJ. All right? I just want to see that you will pay. All right? I just want to see, JJ. All right? If that's JJ from Clinton College. All right, yeah, I don't forget no faces, my boy. None. All right, but it is $500. Go ahead and click the link in the bio, family. Tonight is the last night. All right, okay. Tonight is the last night to sign up, family. Okay, tonight's the last night, because the reason why I'm saying that, because we got to really get these Zoom links out. And I know every time, I don't know why. It's like every time I have a class, like folks wait the last day, which I understand, you want to wait till you kind of get things situated before you see if you have some extra to kind of invest in the class. I understand it. All right. But it's like for my shoes, it's like folks literally tap in last minute. It's like a whole rush will just come in. Hey, let me slide in real quick. And I'm not mad at that. All right. I'm just saying, let's just try to get it in by tonight, fam, so we can just get you on the roster so you can get your link tomorrow so you don't miss tomorrow's scheduling call, all right? Just so you can have a vote, all right? Because I don't want you to miss tomorrow's scheduling call, then now you stuck with a schedule that it's not even conducive for you, all right? All right, so I'm just saying that, all right? But with that being said, what else I have coming up? I will be doing a tax class. I know a lot of y'all been waiting on that. I will be doing a tax class very soon. I will do one this month. All right. Now again, it's not really going to be a beginnerish class, fam. Just kind of throwing it out there. All right. Now I do have a tax class now that I did a year and a half ago that is still basically breaks down a 1099 series. All right. Now I do have that course. All right. I thought I lost that course, but we found the files. Oh my goodness. All right, so for those folks that was inquiring about that 1099 class from previous, if you don't want to wait for me to do a new one, you can still grab that one. All right, but yeah, that's pretty much it, family. Someone says, if I have a job, can I do the trust and feed my trust with that job? Let me ask that question. Let me say that again. If I have a job, can I do the trust and feed my trust with the job? Now, what do you mean by feed your trust? Do you mean fund the trust? You mean like you want to use your job money to fund the trust? Because if so, that's a good question. That's a great question. I'm sure a lot of folks probably didn't even think like, well, hey, how can I fund my trust? Okay, so you say yes. So no, you would not use your job to fund your trust. All right. And one of the biggest misconceptions about trust is that you have to have millions and millions of dollars or thousands of dollars to fund your trust. That's not true. All right. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a car that you may possibly own or you may be paying on? Do you have a bank account? Do you have a house? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have a lease? All right. Now, if you have those are considered assets. All right. Those are assets. So how do you fund your trust? You transfer those assets to your trust. How do you do that? All right. How do you do that? All right. You basically have to change the titles, all right, that you have on file. So right now, if the titles are in your personal name, you need to change the titles to the trust name. Now, again, it's easier said than done, but I'm just kind of giving you the instructions and kind of so you kind of find the pieces as you go. But you need to transfer those assets into your trust, make a trust log, asset log. So now it shows each asset, how much that asset is. You can even do a UCC1 financing statement to kind of show that the trust is the secured party to the collateral. All right. Somebody said, do I need a LLC first? No. Trust. No. You just need your trust. You need to understand how to build a trust. You need to understand your articles to your trust. Is it going to be irrevocable or is it revocable? All right. And also have your article structure where it's to receive assets and protect assets. You want to basically have that in your constitution. All right. Anytime you hear articles, all right, that's your constitution. Your trust constitution. All right. But anyway, so you want to transfer those assets into your trust. All right. And that's how you fund your trust. So now after you transfer those assets to your trust, now when you go out and do business with the trust, let's say they ask, hey, is this trust funded? Is this trust active? You can simply show assets that the trust owns. And that's going to show that the trust does manage assets. And those assets are valued. All right. So, yes, I do have a class to show you exactly how to, build your own trust step by step. All right. So yeah, good question. Because a lot of folks, even myself, before I knew trust, I thought I had to, get 100,000 and transfer it to a trust bank account. And I'm like, that's just the trust's liquid funds it can use. All right. That's not the assets. All right. So you got to understand it's all about assets. All right. So yes, all assets under the principal's name, because that's what you can control. You can then transfer that to the trust that you can control. All right. So yes, I do have that class. I can never pay for the 1,000 class. Which class is 1,000? I don't got a class for 1,000. You might be talking about the bundle, like all the class, it's like 6 classes. But I don't have a class for 1,000. No. Does my tax class break down how to set off tax debt? Yes, correct. All right. But again, before you want to dive into the taxes, you want to basically understand accounting, period. All right. Because again, trying to dive into the taxes and not understanding the accounting will have you playing the blame game, saying, hey, I don't got to pay taxes. I don't got to do this. This is voluntary anyway. I'm not what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? So again, in business, taxes are for business purposes. A lot of people is getting a misconception of taxes as well. Y'all hear people that say things like, somebody said, I paid $1,000 for the do-it-yourself course. Yes, the do-it-yourself course is more than one course. So yes, it was more than one class. I thought she said it was one class that was $1,000. All right. Look, y'all want to say how much y'all paid? Look, I paid $1,000 for a class. Yeah, I mean it was a course. It was a 2-day course. Yeah, that was 2 days. Yeah, day 1 and day 2. Yeah. But no, I'm saying like for a single class. No, I'm messing with you. All right. But yes, taxes. All right. There's a lot of folks saying that taxes are fraud. No, it's not, family. Taxes are for businesses. If you do business in America, you're going to pay taxes. All right, I'm messing with you, Sage. I'm messing with you, Sage. I'm messing with you. I'm playing with you. All right, but yeah, taxes is for business. Meaning, if you do business in the United States, which is a corporation, you have to pay a tax. It's no different from a drug dealer trying to go sell drugs on somebody's block. You gonna have to pay a check-in fee. You gonna have to pay a block fee, a tax. You ain't just gonna sell your products and you a newbie. What? Same thing with this, all right? Meaning if you don't come to America, or if you're going to be an adult in America, meaning do business, because this is a place of business, you're going to have to pay the business tax. It's okay. We all got to pay it, all right? Now what you need to learn is tax strategies to kind of save on taxes, or to basically, what's the word I'm looking for? To basically write off things and basically, so taxes don't hit you as hard as someone that doesn't know tax loopholes. Okay, so yes, it's still a thing that you need to understand. All right, but again, you kind of want to go to that to understand this is something I need to do, because this is something that I can be beneficial at as well. All right, a lot of people look at taxes as a bad thing. All right, like, I don't got to do any taxes. They're just taking my money. No, because if you assess the tax, there's going to be a refund. All right. Now imagine if I literally put everything on my business, meaning everything that I did, I said it was for my business. All right. Guess what? I can then write that off. And guess what else? Guess what else? Guess what I'm going to be getting back? Guess what I'm going to be getting back? Guess what I can get back every year, or I can get back every quarter. Remember, there's 4 quarters. I know some of y'all might be looking at just waiting every year to get your taxes, but there are some business owners that get taxed every 4 quarters. Let me ask y'all a question. How many refunds do y'all think Bill Gates get? Or matter of fact, let me get somebody that's bigger. How many tax refunds do y'all think Warren Buffett gets in one tax year? How many refunds y'all think he gets? All right. I like to look at guys like that, like, as, what to look for or what to look at, as when you going to the next level. All right. Somebody said 0. Somebody said he doesn't. You really think it's 0? 4. Yes. Because why would he not file taxes and write everything off in his business names? This is the same guy that said every debt turns into a credit. He literally said it. I didn't even know what he was talking about when I heard it. I love the universe allowed me to see that message, okay? But when I heard Warren Buffett say that, he literally said, every debt I get, I turn it into a credit. All right. Every debt I get, I turn it into a credit. All right. Every single one. And I'm like, oh, man, what is he talking about? Now, if Warren Buffett is saying this, all right, for y'all that don't know, Warren Buffett at one point had the highest stock on the market. All right. Are y'all listening to me right now? All right. Warren Buffett at one point, I don't know if it is still now, at one point had the highest stock on the market. And you think I'm not going to listen to him when it comes to finances? All right. He was the first one I ever heard literally say he turns his debts into credit. And then, like, after that, years later, I start hearing people talk about, like, wealthy, talk about good debt. I never heard the term good debt up until, after that. All right. Because, again, everyone I knew, everyone I was around, they say debt is bad. Right. Most people here think debt is bad. But let me ask you a question. How many of y'all went to a bank to try to get some type of financing or something, but then they looked at your past history and seen that you didn't have any debt? All right. I've even heard, even though we don't live off credit score. But let me show you how a good credit report can benefit you, okay? All right? Because let's say you have a history of debt, but you also manage the debt, all right? That's going to show the company, okay, you don't look at debt like it's bad, meaning you're not free of debt. No, you have debt. Y'all know how many non-wealthy people are trying to get out of debt? Man, don't let this go over your head, y'all. Don't let this go over your head. All right? These fake financial folks that got these degrees is telling you, we're trying to get you out of debt. I bet so. All right? I bet so. Because again, I understand why they're saying it, because they don't understand how to turn the debt into a credit. So if you don't know how to turn the debt into a credit, you're instantly going to look at the debt and try to learn how to wipe it away. You're not going to look at it like, oh, let me keep this debt. This is useful. This is some value right here. Let me see. Hold on, let me see what rights are inside this debt first. What is this debt tied to? This debt tied to a contract? Oh, is this contract tied to property? Because I transferred all my rights to the property. All right. So again, we have to understand, who are we listening to? Now, you don't gotta listen to the guy with tattoos and fake jewelry on. You don't gotta listen to me. All right. But again, I'm literally telling you the difference of who you should be listening to. All right. Don't listen to people that's telling you to get out of debt. That's common knowledge. That's what everybody believes, right? People say, I paid off my student debts. I paid off my college tuition. I paid off my house. I paid off my car. I'm free out of debt. And now it's like, okay, now what? Now you're about to go get back into debt? Or you about to start paying stuff off with cash? You see what I'm saying? It's like, what does that look like after? All right? Meaning for those that are free of debt right now, what's your plan now? Again, I'm not knocking you or stomping on you right now. I just hopefully you have a plan. All right? Because a lot of us, we dedicate our lives to get out of our debt or family debt or try to get a family out of debt. All right? Literally. And it's like, what are we doing? So really ask yourself this. What do you plan on doing? All right? Because most people that get out of debt, guess what they go do? A lot of times to get right back in. They say, okay, now I'm good to go get back into. Let me go get me a nice car. And it's like, what are we doing? That's the difference between the wealthy and the non-wealthy. I'm going to stop saying peasants. All right? Because clearly when people hear that word, they lose their marbles. I'm just going to start saying the wealthy and the non-wealthy. All right? You have those two. There's no in between. All right? There's only wealthy and then you have non-wealthy. Okay? Now, good. Again, you got people that wake up and say they're wealthy. That's just affirmation. Now, the difference between actually being wealthy, family, meaning wealth comes into understanding contracting, understanding asset protection, asset management. All right? That's how you know you're wealthy. Do y'all not know a lot of wealthy people don't even have money that they can pull out, liquidate? Meaning they don't have a lot of money liquidated because it's tied up. It's tied up. All right. So if you ever hear anybody saying, yo, I got 150 million in the bank. All right. Ask yourself, well, what's your plan? You just got 150 in the bank for a rainy day? That's an expensive ass rainy day, ain't it? I thought they made umbrellas and raincoats for rainy days. But you need 150 million. You see what I'm saying? Because again, that doesn't make sense because it's not sense at all. Right? If you have that type of liquidation, yo, it's time to invest. All right, it's time to really start to have fun in America, in the United States. All right? But again, it's not you shouldn't reflect your life how your bank account is, fam. You got to reflect your life on how your planning is, your mentality. Because I remember having the best plan ever, and it came through, and I did not have that much money in my bank account. And I remember having a bunch of money in my bank account and getting lazy as hell. That's just my experience. I remember when I had less in my bank account, oh my God, man, you couldn't tell that version of me nothing. All right, nothing. All right, I didn't let no one enter my space. I didn't let nobody distract me. I didn't let nobody. Man, now, oh my God, I'm a free for all. All right, and I had to learn. I had to learn this. I had to learn this through the years. All right, I'll say it again. Like when I didn't have that much money, yo, I had the wealthy mindset. I had a wealthier mindset. But it's like once that account started looking crazy, man, I started. I ain't gonna need today. Oh, I got this case coming up. I'm good. I'm good, man. Man, then by the time you look up, things done piled up. Hey, that money you can't just pay people to fix stuff. All right? Again, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. Okay, again, I don't come from a family with money. So when I started getting, I'm like, oh my God, okay. I didn't have no mentor, no coach, which I regret. You know what I'm saying? But it was a point in time I felt like no one could tell me anything. I had never met anyone up to that point that got money back from their rent. I felt like, I felt like my shit did not stink, y'all. Okay? All right? And I'm sure some of my posts probably came off, as that as well. But y'all got to remember, I was like a loose cannon, unhinged, like no mentor, surrounded by a lot of women. And, that's just not a good equation. And it's like, and I can say this now, being around a lot of women, it made me more emotional. Like, I felt like I was always like, I'm like, I need to be around some men, goddamn. I need to be around men, all right? That's why I started changing my page. I started, like, just following men. I started following guys like Tate, but just hearing, like, you need to be around men with a plan, all right? Men with a plan. Not men that just pandering to women and telling, like, no, actual men that ain't scared to stand up to women and is not scared to stand up in America. No matter if they white, brown, black, green, blue, all right? Because, again, once I understood that, all right, I said, okay, I see why this is important. I see why men need to be building with men, all right? Because, you can build women, and it feels great. Granted, you feel love, oh my God, love there, all right? But it's like when you have that brotherhood, again, I never had a brother, like, growing up. I had two sisters. My dad was in the military, so, when he went out to sea, you know how that go, all right? So I never had, like that brother, and we always moved all the time, so I've always been looking for that, like, brotherhood. I've been in Miami. I done joined the Bentley Club. the yacht club. All right, just to kind of get around folks. All right, but again, when people see me, they think I'm a rapper and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, let me throw on some loafers. Let me wear some fitted pants. Let me put on a tie. All right, all right, okay. All right, let me cover my neck tattoo. All right, they're thinking I'm a gangbanger. All right, so again, it's a little difficult, all right? But again, I'm saying it to say I've loved the journey I've been on, family. So again, for those folks that rather you look at me like a mentor or you look down on me, I don't know, all right? Rather you look up to me, down on me, right to me, left to me, all right? Again, I'm the rawest form, family. Again, no coach. Again, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying this is what it looks like with no coach. This is what it looks like. All right, this is what it looks like. Again, teach his own. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's terrible. All right, I'm just saying this is what it looks like. No coach, no real mentor. So I'm saying get one. All right, I would just say my biggest ego was, how can you talk to people that doesn't understand what you even accomplished? You know what I'm saying? It's like it was hard for me to build with people. Like yes, they would have great cliche advice like, hey, you should be doing this. I understand this, but it's like it's hard for me to do that when I see a person, a person that's programmed. All right, and that's when I had to start separating personal and business. It's hard for you to get a personal coach, but yes, you need a business coach. All right, that's why I had to understand. Okay, I have to get a business coach because I need to understand how to manage my employees. Y'all, at one point in time, I was spending $21,000 a month just paying employees. All right. Now, if you would have asked me years ago, would you pay $21,000 to pay out to employees? I'd be like, man, what? I'll do it my damn self. What? 21,000? No. All right. But when your business is going, family, you thinking that's what you do to scale. All right. You know, I'm hearing people, hey, man, you got to scale. All right. Why are you doing everything? All right, cool. Let me hire that person. Let me hire that person. Let me hire that person. Oh, expertise. Okay, boom. And then I was nice with it. Kind, I should say. Not nice, because nice means idiot. I was kind. I was saying things like, hey, how much do you want? Even though I know you don't got the experience, how much do you want? Because I want to build a family. I want to build a foundation. I want to grow. My cameraman, all right? I got my cameraman 4 years ago, y'all. All right? Now, granted, he still do other things, but I let him know, like, yo, this is a lifetime contract. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you know, I invest in this camera equipment. I'm like, yo, because that's how I look at things. You know, all right? But now, no offense to them, because they did their job, but now I'm Mr. Krabs now, y'all. Oh, my God, I'm so goddamn cheap now, y'all. Oh, my God. Y'all know how many employees I have? I have one employee. I have one employee. Y'all know how much I pay that employee? Somebody give me a wild guesstimation how much I pay that employee. Somebody give a wild guess. If somebody gets this answer right, I'll give you my mentorship for free. First person answer it right gets a mentorship free. 10K, no. 100K. 100K? Shy. Shy, shoot me a DM. Yeah, I got my first one, y'all. I got Shy. Yes. All right. And I'm not saying this to talk junk or brag on them. No, it's zero. You know why? Because we have an understanding of information. All right. No, zero, family. No, I don't pay this wonderful person anything. All right. Okay. Now, when it comes to money, all right. Now, if they wanted money, yes, I would give it to them. All right. But the understanding that we came to, all right, being able to have all my classes, being able to be at everything, being able to have me as a help, have my number, text whenever you need. Come on, man. That's what I've been looking for. All right, that's what I had to literally fire everybody else. Like, yo, I gave them the same ultimatum. Hey, listen, what I'm going to do from now on. All right, because I don't see the purpose of paying you $8,000 a goddamn month and then also give you access to all my class. Like, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. All right, we're not doing that. All right. So, you know, a lot of folks left. And guess what those folks ended up doing? Coming back. And yes, they're going to see this live. Welcome back. What's that song by Mace? Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Accountability's back. Hey, okay. Yes. Welcome back. Yes. Yes. Man, I can't believe I was paying people anyway. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I forgot who I was. Man, welcome back. I got to bump Mace tonight. Yeah, man, what? All right, man. But being able to pay multiple people $100,000 a year, yo, that, to me, that's still an achievement for myself. You know, being able to create jobs, you know, being able to, you know, actually see people's lifestyles change. All right. Man, I'll do that all over again due to the fact I've seen what it was able to do for people. All right. And being able to do for folks that, people say, I can ask. But when you actually start seeing folks level up, all right. And the crazy part about it is, again, it's all accountability. All right. When I started getting money like at a high rate, I had to learn myself too. And it's cool to see folks gain money and you see them start to change a little bit, but they don't see it. All right. And they might go away for a little bit, but then they'll come back and have accountability. Man, I love stuff like that. All right. Man, I love stuff like that. All right. Because again, they could have just said, man, forget that. But they always come back and say, you know what? I was tripping. All right. Because imagine if, I was to say, hey, if it wasn't for me, you would have never even seen it. A lot of people don't like hearing that, right? Now imagine if somebody said to you, you would be like, man, I would have got that without you. Are you saying if it wasn't for you, I would have seen? And I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is before you met me, you never had that. So I'm one of those folks that remind people that forget. I'm not like some of y'all that, keep it. No, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna, I'm not that. I'm not that big of a person. Okay, I let folks know. Hey, don't get fucked up. All right, sorry TikTok, you might ban me for that, but don't get it effed up. All right, okay. You taking trips to Dubai? You ain't never been to Dubai. You getting passport? You never had a passport. Okay? All right? Getting new car. You ain't never put your butt cheeks in no new leather ever. All your cars was from Marketplace. Just like mine was before I got money. All right? We all in the same boat. Okay? We all in the same boat. That's why I made a post earlier today. I said some of us have untinted glass houses. Some of us have tinted glass houses. But don't make no mistake, we all have glass houses. Each and every last one of us have glass houses. All right, just some of us know how to throw some tint on there. All right, me personally, I don't got no tint on mine. I tell y'all exactly, boom, 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 what's going on. Someone asked me one time, where does all your money go if you don't put it on bills? I say, I trick, sometimes, I might just hop into a DM of a woman I see that I really like, and I say, hey, oh my gosh, I want to pay your rent for the next year, with your Zelle. You know what I'm saying? Just to get them to say something, they don't even do it. I like doing weird stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to have people start pocket watching, what am I doing with my money? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's pretty cool. All right? And that's what I do. Okay? So again, follow me, family. I'm a guy that you can learn from. You can learn what to do or what not to do. All right? I feel like I'm a great example. All right? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. All right? We're going to talk about the harsh things. All right? I'll let you know anything that ever came up with me. If it was personal, look, trust and believe, fam, I have nothing to hide. Someone asked me, do you still pay the bills on the account that you haven't taken over? Yes. Yes. What y'all think I'm doing? Just not doing anything? Y'all just think I'm just not performing? Comment 8 if you think in your mind that this dude don't pay not one bill ever. Because again, I love that y'all view me in that light. But why the hell would I be telling you to keep paying your rent? Keep paying until you get results. And if y'all ain't noticed, I changed my tune. Because 3.5 years ago, I wasn't saying that. I was saying, y'all still paying your rent? I ain't paying my rent in 6 months. I ain't paying my rent. Which was true. And I try to take that same mindset. Because remember, I got results in South Carolina before I moved to Florida, fam. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. I got results before I came to Florida. That's what brought me to Florida. If I would never got results in South Carolina, y'all, I would have never came to Florida. Okay, literally. All right. When I came from South Carolina, I was able to strong arm them folks because they didn't know how to sue, they didn't know how to respond. So I was able to be there for 9 months without paying the rent. I had a 3-bedroom for $900 in Easley, South Carolina. When I learned that, okay, I moved to Fort Lauderdale. Okay, that was everybody was following my first eviction. That was there. Okay, that apartment was, I went from paying $900 to $4,500. So I paid to move in and I didn't pay anymore. Okay, lost the first eviction and I had to pay to keep it going again. That's why you see multiple evictions on the court record. So anytime y'all see people say, he lost. And why y'all think I always say, well, why don't they talk about when I won? I lost and then won. I didn't win and then lose. I lost and then won. And technically I didn't lose because I still stayed there. I never got evicted. So y'all gotta remember, so when I hear the word loss, I'm me thinking, okay, you lost eviction, you got evicted. No. How did I lose if I lost the first one, paid to stay, fought again, and then won $17,000, family? I'm waiting for folks to put together the doc record. All right, put together the doc. It's public record. If you want to find it, then my name at the time was Christopher Deshaun Barber. Y'all keep showing me stuff from a Christopher Barber in Texas. I had people showing me evictions from Christopher Barbers around. Like, that ain't me. All right, I've never lived in damn Idaho. One dude said, this is you, Christopher Barber. You was evicted. I said, family, do I look 44 to you? That guy is 44. It says Christopher T. Barber. My name was Christopher Deshaun Barber. That's not me, Goofy. All right, y'all, it was so many folks sending me stuff like, yeah, I know it. You even got evicted in Texas. You got evicted in New York, too. I'm like, God damn, who is these doppelgangs? What is going on? People making YouTubes, so I'm like, man, that ain't my play. That's not me, man. Read the damn court record. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, man, this is wow. All right, now remember, no coach. You gotta remember, I'm not having no coach, no PR team. I be having a PR team, but you know, my word overrides theirs. You know, which is not good. But you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have no coach to kind of talk me, so I was cussing folks out. You know, I'm calling people PUSSYs. I'm telling grown men, get off your knees, chump. I'm telling women, shut up, talking to a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy. I was going nuts. All right. And again, I had to learn myself. I had to learn how to deal with conflict. Hey, you know how many of y'all that came to my inbox saying, man, so calm, breathe, just relax. You're better than this. I'm not better than this. What are you talking about? If I was better than that, I would have acted better. Clearly, I had to learn through it. Clearly, you're not better. If you're responding to it, clearly, you're not better than it. All right? I've come to that realization. All right? I think that's the false delusion when things happen to you and you try to tell yourself, I'm better than this. If you're reacting to it, you're not better than it. Clearly. All right? Clearly. All right? Come on. Yeah. Like, yeah. And for those that's been watching it, it's up to you. I mean, you probably could see my progression or regression. All right? I know for a fact I've progressed. You know, I'm a lot. Man, I don't even know I should say this. It's been a lot of situations that, like, on here that I didn't know how to, like, manage. How can I say this without losing followers? Now, remember I told y'all I came into money, right? Yeah, I remember when I used to, like, beef with folks, it was different. You know, I didn't have money, so, it's different beefing with folks when you have money. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I have not had the best thoughts, all right? I've had to have I've taken some anger management classes since then, all right? And they have done me well, All right, it's done me well. All right, these anger management classes really done me well because I like to tell folks, man, the worst thing to do is not to control your anger from being broke to having money. And we see it all the time. We see artists, rappers or celebrities like lose it, okay? And yeah, all right, it was certain situations that, man, I think people think things is a game, all right? And I want to get on here and apologize, all right, for even, because I'm like, why? Like, what am I, like, most of these people are keyboard warriors, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got to remember, this is content. This is the internet, all right? Some of y'all is probably sitting in your drawers at your mom's house scratching your balls, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I be having to remember that. You know what I'm saying? God Hutzel. Oh my God, cheese on head. I was about to turn folks into the Green Bay Packers. What? Oh my God, I had to let that go. I had to. Woosah. What did Drake say? Had folks doing stuff for him for a Gucci belt. Do y'all not understand that? Do y'all not understand that? You not know somebody would go crazy for a Gucci belt? You know what somebody would do for some Gucci glasses? That's why I said, man, let me go to an anger management class. All right, let me enroll myself, okay? Because like what am I doing? All right, and after that, family, man, this was last year. I've been in such a good mood, y'all. I've been taking criticism way more. As y'all see, I might turn around and change how I'm routing it. All right. So again, I'm proud of myself, y'all. I'm proud. I just want to say that. All right. I want to appreciate myself for being able to overcome those moments. Because again, if I was a weak-minded individual, all right, I can honestly see like ego can honestly crash somebody out. All right. A quick 5-minute phone call can change somebody's goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling y'all, for those folks that have anger, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to go away just because you have money. What happens is now your thoughts is like catapulted. Now you can actually get something done. You can actually, whoa, wait a minute. I got a loose 100,000. Nah, let me just go put this on the stock. Let me go put this on the stock. All right, let me go sign up for somebody mentorship, okay? All right. Yeah. Man. All right. Yes, y'all. Yes. And the mentorships at the level that I'm on now, how much y'all think the mentorships are? Somebody, and respectfully, meaning if I was interested, I would have paid. Somebody was going to charge me $70,000 for a mentorship, family. Now, when you go to the person's page, now granted, they living a life, yes, supercars, mansions, financial groups, yes. So again, you have to understand, yeah. And I'm not going to say all mentorships are BS. I'm not going to say that, fam. I can't say that. Now, there might be some out there. All right? Man. I'm not saying everybody. There are some mentorships that are worth it, family. All right? My mentorship is definitely worth it. All right? It's not down my mind. To teach his own. All right? Somebody might not agree. All right? Mine's for sure. All right, and again, mine is $500. All right, now I know for a fact if I was to charge $70,000, $100,000 for a mentorship, I know I would. Man, I can't even fathom what type of value I would put in that class. All right, so I can only imagine somebody charging $70,000, what type of value. All right, you're getting. All right, you're getting time with them, and a lot of people don't understand. Like that's something. A lot of people say, well, man, who is he? I put my jeans on just like him. Yeah, but you're not around a multi-millionaire. And I'm not talking about somebody that just says a millionaire that can say it on the tax. I'm talking about somebody that has that liquidated or that can, you know what I'm saying, can actually move that around. All right, it's different being in those rooms. It's not just by being a student in the back of the crowd, but actually having one-on-ones with them. All right, actually having, all right, group mentorships. All right, having one-on-one Zooms, getting to ask that person, man, what was your mindset when you went from, making 7 figures to making 9 figures, or I should say 6 figures to making 9 figures, on the verge of making 10 figures. All right. You got to pay for that, family. All right? You got to pay for that. All right? And again, me personally, I'll feel some type of way if I'm around somebody for free and I'm just, hey, how do I do it? How do I? Like, yo, you gotta bring something to the table, family. All right? One thing I learned about wealthy people, all right, at least offer something. All right? Even though it may be little to them, okay? It might be small to them. Like, hey, you about to get something? Hey, man, I might crack a joke or something. Hey, man, hold on. Hey. Don't embarrass me like that. Put your goddamn wallet up. Put your card up. Don't embarrass me like that. All right? Just so that, because again, they're used to, All right? Even if you don't got it, just, hey, man, let me. Nah, I take that back. If you don't got it, don't do it. But again, if you have it and you, like I said, everything is about impressions, whether y'all like it or not. All right? Everything is about impressions. All right. Okay, now we can have some fun. That live is over. Live is over with, family. If y'all want to tap into the mentorship, you can tap in. But let's go ahead and have some fun. Let's go ahead and look at the negative comments. Now we look at the positive ones. It says he be trying to manipulate and beg. He got exposed for lying. Starseed says I was exposed for lying. Starseed, would you like to inform us what I lied on? Maybe I said something in the video that was incorrect. But Star Seeds VS Cons says I'm trying to manipulate and beg. Just like to see does anybody else think I'm a liar? I want to get y'all opinions. Y'all been on this live for over an hour. Me personally, I wouldn't watch a liar for over an hour, but before I deal with the trolls, do I have a tax class coming up? Yes. Is he gonna be the end of this month or next month? Guaranteed. Yes. Yes. Does anybody want to explain how, I've seen some, I be seeing people commenting saying he's already been exposed. Now what exactly are y'all saying? Like when now are y'all, I'm gonna say the name, are y'all talking about exposed with Pocket Watcher? I mean, 'cause that's the only guy that's like made an entertaining video about me. Multiple. I'm thinking that gotta be what y'all talking about. I know that video got like over 100,000 views. Like, it went crazy. TikTok says you've been live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. Appreciate that, TikTok. What about a credit card class? Yes, I'm gonna do a credit card class specifically on that as well. Next month, I'm gonna have a big boy classes next one. This month's more so for mentorship. I'll try to get something in this month. All right. If not, those 2 classes will for sure be next month. All right. Now I will say this. I will say this. Now, one of my biggest issues, I would say, if you were a client, would be like me going well past timelines. Like, when I first started my contract review service, I was telling folks, you'll have your documentation within 30 days, 45 days. I didn't expect it, us to like go crazy like that. A lot of folks tapped in. So we went from 30 days to 45 days to now it's 90 days minimum. All right. But again, we didn't implement that till well after. So we had a lot of folks kind of just sitting, waiting on documentation. Like, yo, what's going on? Like, hey, I haven't heard anything from you for a month. I paid my car note. Again, the reason why I can get on here and talk, because again, I'm sure folks can get on here and say, yes, I'm one of those folks. But yeah, I mean, he didn't block me or anything like that. It's not like he's all right. It's not that at all, family. Like I said, I have one person that's dealing with my DMs. Again, another corporation might do it different. I had someone ask, "Hey, how are you making millions and you can't even run the business correctly?" And I apologize. All right, it's things I got to work personally. Again, my personal way of doing things is affecting my business way of doing things. All right, so again, I can take that. All right, but again, that's the only tomato to my act. All right, that's the only tomato you can possibly throw. All right, is the tardiness. All right. Again, I will work on that as far as having a better functioning system. All right. A lot of people come forward and say, "Hey, I can help you. I can help you." Family, it's not about just getting somebody to help, family. It's not that. You can't just hire people to break down contracts in the way that I need them to be broken down. You see what I'm saying? Because then it's going to fall back on me. All right. The client might say, "Hey, I didn't receive the security interest document in wave one. Hey, I didn't." Now I got to go back and look. "Hey, did you send that?" "Oh, yeah, I did." And I find out they didn't send it. I'm like, yo, come on. I ain't got time for this. I got to. So again, that's why I had to go back to just me, family. And that's why it took way longer. But again, that's the only way it's going to be done right. So again, I apologize for the tardiness. Besides that, all right. What else we can say? Let's go back some more. ERC. You know, I had a lot of people that paid for ERC 2 years. Well, about 2 years ago. All right, which was a total disaster. All right, I can say that as well. All right, me putting my neck out, putting my business out on the line, because again, a lot of people that tapped in with that wouldn't have tapped in with it if it wasn't for me. All right, so to be able to see somebody, use my name and, that was like a dark cloud on me, y'all. I was depressed over that. I don't think y'all understand. Again, I'm not here for y'all to feel sorry for me, anything like that, but, because I didn't have any answers. All right, now imagine I'm always trying to be the guy to have some type of answer for you, but at that time, fam, it's like I was in the dark. I wasn't doing the paperwork, and that's why from that day I was like, man, I would never in my life again have my brand or my platform or to be connected to somebody else that's doing or call themselves the source. All right. So that's why, again, I dive into the contract. I do the contract reviews. All right. I look at the court documents. All right. And again, it might take a little bit more time. All right. But again, it's going to be done right. And you're also going to be receiving information while you wait on the documentation. All right. But again, ERC, besides the ERC, and I got some folks that probably hate me to this day. All right. And as well as tardiness with my clients as far as the timelines. Besides that, fam, I think I'm doing a hell of a job, fam. We in year 5. No bankruptcy, no problems of having to fold my company because of a mountain of lawsuits. Like none of that, family. None of that. All right, and the thing is, I've been trying to be a blueprint for those that look like myself, those that came from the same journey as me. Again, I was a military kid, grew up in high school. I was a star player, class clown. Same, like as far as the goofy as hell, the same way, getting girls, all that, family. All right, so again, now imagine being the star and then you don't got the grades and then you thinking this is gonna happen. It doesn't happen. Now you got to go to a JUCO. Life starts happening. I end up having to get a job. Now, of course, some of y'all like, oh, but boo, you had to get a job. Yeah, I know, I'm with you. But when you see yourself playing on TV and I'm not talking about some of y'all that say, oh, I could have did it. Like, no, man, come on, man, like. I was really like that, man. I don't talk about it much, but I was really like that, y'all. All right? Really like that. All right? So to see me not go, man, I was depressed, man. I ain't going to say suicidal depressed, but I want to say to the depression 2 stages before suicide. Not saying I would ever committed suicide, but I was allowing myself to get to a point where, damn, I'm not worth a damn. I'm just a regular worker. And I could not cope with that life to save my life. I remember calling my dad. My dad did government contracting around the world, actually. My dad did government contracting in Greece. He did government contracting overseas in Africa. So I remember making a call. And I was like, damn, Dad, I'm gonna be real, Dad. I don't know where I'm going. I remember telling him, I was like, man, I don't know where I'm going, Dad. I don't. And that's why I say I'm glad I got a dad, because I can honestly say a lot of my homeboys didn't have that. I can honestly I called my dad and I said, Dad, I don't know what tomorrow's looking like for me. I'm depressed. I'm sleeping on my homeboy floor. All right. I'm like, hey, I did not see this happening, all right, at all. I remember my dad saying, I'm about to come back to the States. I'm gonna do a job in Texas, Dilley, Texas. It's working on a reservation. For those that don't know what a reservation is, basically when immigrants come over, they have to go to basically a holding facility first, a reservation. So my very first government contract job was in Dilley, Texas. All right, at a reservation. All right, where we house women and children from El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. So keep in mind, remember, I'm sleeping on my homeboy floor. I get a call. My dad put me on his company. All right, I passed the drug test. My dad said, you want me a bad drug test? I was like, man, yeah. I passed the drug test. I got onto the job. Y'all remember, I'm broke as hell at this point. This company flew me out. All right, paid for my hotel, paid for my training, gave me like $60 a day of me being out there. All right, I ended up being out there for like 6 months. Y'all, that changed my life. Not just from having money, but also from perception wise. I remember I'm in South Carolina. All right, before then, country ass South Carolina. No offense, great people. All right, so I flew all the way to Dilley, Texas. My first time in Texas. I moved to Dilley, Texas. Now, for y'all that don't know Dilley, Texas, Dilley is like 40 minutes from Mexico. All right, so that should give you an understanding what the demographic looks like. Okay, 40 minutes from Mexico. All right, meaning Dilley, Texas. Dilley, Texas is Mexico. All right, so I get there. I'm like seeing, people telling me, asking me, you working at the reservation where they're prisoning all those women and children? They're slaving all of. I'm like, what? They're doing what? So when I get to the facility, guess what I see, y'all? Guess what I see at this facility? Guess what I see? Guess what I see? I see a utopia. I'm looking around like it's like the complex is so big, y'all. All right, state of the art. Now the outside looked like some bullshit because it keeps the reporters from coming in, but when you enter them gates and you got to get patted down and stuff like that, because I was for y'all want to know what my job title was, I was a sanitation worker, a fucking janitor. All right, I got a job being a janitor in Dilley, Texas. All right, this company sent me to San Antonio first, put me in a 4-star hotel for 2 weeks while I went through orientation. I'm like, yo, what is going on? I've never had a company do like, and I'm like, Dad, this how you been living? You ain't tell me this. All right, but anyway, all right, so I get inside. I've seen the state of art, man. They got 3 soccer fields. Y'all know how big soccer fields are. They got 3 full soccer fields. All right, 2 football fields, 4 basketball courts. All right, it's so many damn children and women, y'all, but it's so nicely organized. They're laughing, they're smiling, they're politicking with each other, talking. Now, none of these people can speak English. All right, none of these people. Now, remember, we was told we can't talk. We can't get their numbers, because you got to remember, these some fine-ass immigrant women. Okay. Now, these women are from El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras. Now, some of them was looking rusty as hell. Now, not all of them, though. All right, not all of them. Some of them look like oh man, I can work well. I can put some money behind her, and that's what a lot of guys thought. All right, but I was broke at the time. I wasn't thinking about that. All right, but then some guys thought that. All right, these women had hair down to the floor. All right, I know a lot of women in America don't really let their hair get to that point because y'all got to switch everything up every motherfucking month. You got to be somebody different. But in some countries, they let their hair go to the floor. You see women walking in, dragging their hair on the ground, got grass in their hair and shit. I'm like, damn. Oh my God. Somebody said, I just hopped in. What are we talking about? We talking about a time when my first job working at a reservation in Dilley, Texas. Wow work.
All right. So as I go, all right, this is my first time hearing the word ice. This is back in 2016, y'all. This is my first time hearing the word ice. All right. Okay. So as I go over there, all right, remember, I'm just a janitor. I'm a sanitation worker. They telling me my job. I'm supposed to hit all the bathrooms on this side of the wing. Hit all the bathrooms. I go inside of ice. Headquarters offices. I would clean their offices up. I would wipe their desks down. I would like clean everything. You know, I was the best, y'all. All right, let me tell you why I was the best. I took so much Adderall before I went to work, but that's another story. All right, but anyway, as I'm taking it, right, I'm lit. All right, because I'm telling them the reason I'm taking this Adderall because I was a trash worker before the Adderall. All right, remember I told y'all I sucked at working. I would hide in the bathrooms and hide up on the cubbies and try to just waste time. Like I was terrible. All right, but I couldn't do that here. And remember, I was here on the name of my dad, so I really couldn't do. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm here on his name, and I didn't want to mess his name up. All right, I didn't want to mess his name up. Okay, so I started popping the Adderall. All right, I started chilling with some white boys on the job. You know, the white boys taking every damn thing. I'm like, hey man, hey, I don't know about all that weed. And I'll pop Adderall. All right, so I'm in there cleaning the bathrooms like, man, my life depended on it. All right, so then I started learning. I just want y'all to learn me. That's why I'm telling y'all this. I started learning the different benefits that we have in America that those other countries don't have. All right, and this is why I get so mad when I hear Americans talking shit about America. All right, I get angry. I get mad like a white man from 1940. All right, that loves America. All right, I get mad like one of them good old boys. All right, yes. All right, because ain't no way you talking like this. And we got folks that don't got toilets in other countries. They take boo-boos in the dirt. Okay. All right. Now I know some of y'all came up country. All right, and you had to go outside and take a boo-boo in the dirt. All right, but there's some places everybody's like that. All right, so when these people came, remember, I had to clean the bathrooms. All right, I had to clean the bathrooms. So imagine walking in the bathroom after people that don't know how to use the bathroom. Okay, you know what I mean? And remember, they don't speak English. I didn't speak Spanish either. All right, do you know how difficult it was for me to really hone into the job that they were asking me to do? You know how much boo-boo tissue was behind the damn toilet? All right, because again, these lovely people, remember, they're lovely people, okay? They did not know how to use toilets, so when they wiped their butts, they would throw the shit paper behind the toilets. Okay. So I want y'all to kind of picture. All right. Remember, they're here when they come to our reservation. They're here for 90 days only, meaning every 90 days there's a new group that comes in that you have to relearn how. They have to learn how to use the toilet. All right. Remember, these are great people. Y'all don't want y'all to think look at them any less. No, these are wonderful people, y'all. Like. And it was amazing. I was able to communicate without being able to speak their language, just from being able to do like little signs. I was like, no. That's me telling them to in the toilet, because a lot of them was you know how over in America we got the sinks that look like bowls that stand up. You know, you go. So a lot of them thought that was the toilet. You know how many times I walked in the bathroom and the woman's holding her kid over the damn sink to take a boo-boo, and I had like, no. And they and it's like it'd be magic. They would just be like, and go straight to the toilet. And I'm like, damn. So they do like, damn. Okay, all right. You know, so it's like, you know, and after a while, you know, they would see that I didn't know how to speak. You know, and they would start helping the other ones. They would be like, no. I'm like, okay, I got a little translator. All right, cool. You know, then they start hitting on me. You know, I didn't know what they were saying. I was like, hey, what they saying? They say, hey man, she likes you, man. She want to get up. I said, no, I can't miss. I'm here on my dad's name. I'm not here to get locked up. I'm here to do my job. All right. Because they was beautiful, y'all. Oh my God. You ever seen beauty in its raw form? Not all that goddamn makeup and all that BBLs and all that. We did not none of that. What did Finesse 2 times say? Okay? All right? You ever seen noodles without the packet? Huh? These women didn't need the packet. All right? They didn't need the packet. All right? What? Right? You ever had noodles that didn't need the packet? Because you gotta remember, the packet is artificial. All right? These women didn't need no seasoning. Man. All right? So again, I'm saying that to say these reservations not as bad as y'all think, man. And when they didn't get their citizenship, meaning because they had to have somebody either pay $10,000 to get them out, or had to have a family member come endorse them. All right. If not, they had to get shipped back to their country. All right. And when that day used to come, y'all, it was so sad. Like, remember, this is like a big ass reservation. Like, it's not like a jail. I don't want y'all to think it's like sale. Like, meaning there are so many workers in there. Also, refugees as well, immigrants as well. All right. So you got to remember, our schedule was 12 hours, 6 days a week. All right. 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So imagine how much time, all right, that we spending with them. We're getting to know them. I started to know their names and stuff. Like, the kids started liking me. I'm starting throwing football with the kids and stuff like that. So to see them sit back and see how hurt they be, like, they be crying, y'all. They do not want to leave those establishments. As much as Americans be like, send them back home. I'm like, yo, it's a different story when you get back there. And I'm not saying that to be biased. All right? It's a different story back there, y'all. Of course, the media is going to paint the picture like, oh, my God, they got them in there in cells. They're not feeding them. Now, the one thing I will say that I don't agree with, all right, and I hope this don't affect my security clearance in any way, all right, I don't agree with the food that they give them. Y'all got to remember, when they come over here, you got to remember, our food is like a lot of chemicals, all right? So when they come over here, we give them our food. We don't give them their food. All right? We don't give them, we'll try to implement their diet, but it's like, yo, they get American food. Hot dogs, chicken nuggets, hamburgers, and all that. When I tell y'all that food was literally tearing their stomachs up when they first came, like the people that be there for the first 30 days, like they got to get accustomed to our diet. And actually, like, seeing that, because remember, I got cleaned up everything. All right? Seeing people get sick, seeing people have diarrhea for days. I'm like, damn. And it's all because the food. Y'all see the food. I'm like, yeah, they feeding them beans and weenies and stuff. I'm like, yo, what is this? All right. So again, that's what I learned. That's what I learned from it. You can't judge everything, especially not from the media, family. All right. That was a real eye opener for me. It let me know that I am actually in a place that I'm not oppressed. All right. It doesn't matter how mean you think your government is. Where else can you go and speak out against your government? All right. You can't go. Like, come on now. You can't. This is the only place where you can get on camera and say, I hate Trump. I hope he falls off a mountain and doesn't live. All right. Me personally, I don't hope that happens. All right. But it's like people can say these type of things. It's like, and just live to tell the tales. It's like these same people think we're oppressed. Where can you imagine being in a house where you have parents that whoop your ass for every little thing? You think you're going to be able to speak your piece? No. All right. But imagine being in a house where you don't get your ass whooped, where you get to say your piece, get to talk back and get loud. Is that oppression? But those same kids would find some way of complaining about how they was brought up. All right. So it's the same thing over here. That's why I say a lot of Americans here, 99% of us are spoiled brats. All right. Even the ones that are, that don't, probably are homeless or, don't have the best situation. You're still spoiled because you have more chances than somebody that lives in a third world country. All right. I'm just here to kind of bring y'all to understand it. That's why I teach contract law. That's why I'm implementing equity law, trust law. All right. All this is so you can be the most successful American that you can be. All right. Now, when I hear the whole term America, they be like, The land of the free. Yo, that's a fact. Nobody can tell me different. I don't care how black you is. All right, you can be darker than this table right now. All right, I don't care what they told you. All right, go somewhere else if you believe it otherwise. All right, but right now, all right, today in allegedly 2026, this is the best place to be in, family. All right, if you don't like the laws, people do what? They go and protest, right? They go on the street, they protest. Again, I respect the protests. All right. Again, you can hop on the social media, start you a protest page. You can get you a whole movement going. That movement can then raise funds, and then that movement can then start. I don't know. Endorsing politicians. I don't know, maybe if you pay the politicians, you can possibly start getting rights implemented for you. All right, we can't say that's not true because we see groups do it all the time. I'll say one group right now because I'm not scared. The LGBTQAI. Right or wrong? What's another group? What's another group? What's another group? Black Lives Matter. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no way this is a oppressive country if all these different movements are happening at the same damn time. It's so confusing that all these people be in the same march. You can't even differentiate who is who. All right? You got this person fighting for immigration. This person fighting for gay rights. This person that feels like everyone hates black people. And this person over here just wants to be a dog. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, you tell me another country where all that can happen at one time. It's crazy, ain't it? It's wild. Yes. And again, respect to all the groups. All right? But to say you're oppressed, come on now. That's a little far-fetched now. Come on now. We're the only country that'll let you get your mental health off in the public. All right? I'm going to say it again. We're the only country where you can get your mental health off in the public and get rewarded for it. Yes. Anyone that's a human and think they're a dog are crazy. Any person that's a man and that thinks they're a woman is crazy. Anyone that thinks that's a woman that thinks they're a man is crazy. I don't care who's in the comment thinks otherwise. Who cares what you think, Looney Tune? Okay? Who cares? You can't cancel me. Right? Who cares what you think? You're a man. You're a woman. You're a human. You're not a dog. Y'all know what I'm saying when I say people want to be dogs. Y'all didn't see that? Y'all didn't see these people out here acting like animals? Acting like dogs? Like real life? Trying to change their... And all this happened because people feel like they have the right to change who they are. I don't think people have the right to change who they are. Somebody said, I ain't seen that one yet. Buckle your seats. Buckle your seats, all right? We're in the age of the weirdest movements ever. All right? Y'all look it up. Y'all let me know if I'm lying. It's literally a group of people that identify as dogs. They wear dog suits. They literally go out. Everything they do is dog. Man, y'all think I'm playing, man. Somebody look it up, man. I don't want y'all to think I'm lying. Somebody look it up. All right? Somebody, and when you look it up and you see it, man, come back and comment 8. All right? There is literally a group of people. All right? A group of folks. Not a lot. A group of folks that literally are pushing this movement. I'm trying to tell y'all. I thought it was AI when I was watching. I was like, what in the world? Then they said one of the they said one of the ladies was acting like a dog, and a real dog actually attacked her. And I was like, okay, well, she can't. They're called furries. Oh, that's what they call? I don't know what they call. I don't know what they call. Man. This is America, y'all. Man, I'm here to say, y'all, this is not the situation where you just ignore it and mind your business. I know that's what a lot of y'all in the comments, y'all say things like, well, it's not, it don't bother me. It's mind my business. My. Like, you don't understand what this is opening up, family. Like, I said it, man, who was following me about 4 or 5 years ago, man, when I literally said there's going to be a time when you're going to have grown men identifying as little girls. Man, who remember when I said that, y'all? Oh, maybe y'all wasn't following me then, because I wasn't knowing this information when I said that. All right, as far as contract law, trust law, I literally said there's going to be a point in time where they are going to try to push to reclassify age, because if a man can say, well, I identify as a woman, I remember saying, well, what's going to stop him from saying, well, I identify as a young boy and I want to date young girls, or I'm a young girl and I want to have sex with little boys. What if that idea comes? Think about it. All right? And what is happening today? They're trying to change the sex of little kids. How many of y'all was agreeing with that? All right? Most time be women or most times it's women. I've never heard of or somebody from the LGBT community. Most folks that are, all right, understands nature, all right, understood that was wrong. All right? I think anybody that believes that a kid should be able to do that, I think you should unfollow me right now. All right? Anybody that thinks that a kid should dictate whether they can be gay or not under the age of 10, I think you should unfollow me right now. All right? I know we talking about everything on this live. I wasn't supposed to be on this live this long. All right? But I'm getting this off now. I don't agree with none of y'all. Okay? Now, granted, your kid get older, be gay, cool, respect it, love them. But a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, whoever believes that, please unfollow me right now. Okay? We ain't rocking with you. Nobody rocking with that shit. All right? That was clearly Hollywood trying to put on, all right, an agenda, which we were trying to fucking tell all y'all from the get-go. So many masculine men was saying, hey, there's a gay agenda amongst us. All right? Again, masculine men don't have a problem with gay people. We never had a problem with them at all. We don't have a problem with them today. All right? But when it started affecting the child, the kids, cartoons, yes, I have a fucking problem. Okay? I have kids. All right? And me personally, I'm going to always speak up on this type of situation. I don't believe like a kid knows they're gay. I don't care if y'all out there that are gay and you telling me that I knew I was gay at 5. I'm going to say you're a liar. All right? And I'm asking who the hell was around you to allow you to be gay? First of all. All right? Again, that's an adult thing to do. That ain't no kid thing to do. Who the hell is this little kid say, hey, let's play gay? Like, who's doing that? Who doing that? When I was a little boy, wasn't no little boy saying, y'all, let's be gay. What was you doing? What was you doing? Okay? What was you doing? Yeah, man, we gotta say it, man. We gotta say it. Who cares if you're a friend? Who cares? Bye. All right, get out of here. Okay? Again, we respect everyone. But we ain't respecting no one that's fixing their mouth and saying, yeah, I knew I was gay when I was a kid. Were you fucking when you was a little kid? And TikTok, I'm surprised y'all still letting us rock this long. All right? All right? I'm surprised TikTok letting us rock this long. All right? But was you? How else were you gay? Huh? How else were you? How was you little and gay? Who was you having sex with, little gay? Huh? 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 Somebody said gays don't produce their own children, so they have no say in the. Exactly, yeah, I agree with that. All right, because my thing is, why would another subject? But let's focus on little kids becoming adults saying I knew I was gay when I was a little kid. Shut up, shut your weird ass up. All right, this is what America been waiting to tell you. All right, this is what America been waiting to tell you. Listen, all right. You had a traumatic childhood, and that is not fair what happened to you. Okay? Somebody touched you, all right? Now, it probably was a family member, babysitter, or you was just fast as hell watching porn at a young age around other fast little ass kids. That's the only way you gay. That's the only way. But to sit here and convince us you came out there and you had both of your parents balanced and you still was just gay as a little kid, man, come on. And you wasn't touched? Man, no one's believing that. No one's believing that. No one. No one. Guess what? The gay folks that I've had a personal conversation with, because I'm not scared to have it. Hey, man, can I ask you, when did you know? Can we have this conversation? You know, if it's too traumatic, hey, I'll back off. I won't press you. But hey, I gotta know, because you sitting there explaining like you was gay since you was 3. Who told you that? Who said yes? Where's the guidance at? I thought we supposed to be surrounded by like guidance, like hey, don't be gay. Hey, that's for girls. Hey, boys. Hey, take that dress off. Hey, get out your mom's high heels. Those are for girls. You know, that's what I had my dad. You know, that's what my dad used to tell me. You know, I had 2 sisters. You know, when we play dress up, I put my dad's stuff on. You know, being a little kid, you know, I'm stepping into my mom's shoes. I'm being 4, 5 years old. But hey, boys, don't do that. Get your ass out of them shoes. Man, I hopped my ass quick out of them shoes. Never did it again. All right? Because again, if you don't tell me it's wrong, guess what? We're going to keep playing. Yeah, I'm mom. Yeah. Dad had to say, hey, man, get your ass out them damn shoes. What's wrong with you? It's for girls. Boys need that. Are you soft-ass mothers, single mamas? You the reason why the world gay. TikTok, I'm surprised TikTok ain't banned us yet. Golly. Sheesh. Yeah. Yep, I said it. Yep, I think America. I think we can all come to an agreement. And before y'all say, no, it's the dads for leaving, why don't y'all send the kids with the dads? I don't understand that. Somebody said, why are most pedos males? Well, they was mama boys. Ha ha. Ha ha. You notice that? Bing bong. Did you know that? Did you know most pedophiles didn't have a dad? Bing bong. Did you know that? Huh, ladies? Huh, ladies? There's 2 groups that America is afraid of. The gay community and women. Somebody asked, well, why are all pals males? Well, where were they daddies at? Same reason most men that are gay didn't have dad either. You answering your own questions. But we can't have this talk. Well, now we can, thanks to Trump and Elon Musk, goddamn, for uncensoring shit. All right, before then, we couldn't say this. Y'all remember we had to be quiet? Y'all remember we had to... Oh, my gosh. You know, the women gonna hop in your head. Or they gonna call you gay. They gonna say you sassy. Or they gonna get on you. Yeah, man, as a masculine man, yo, we try to stay away from that. Like, oh, that's a lose-lose situation. Yes, ladies, you're raising gay boys. Yes. Yeah. I ain't like Ivy. I can't get kicked off the Bulls. Yes. All you single mamas raising gay boys. I ain't never seen a single dad raise a gay boy. Never. Never. Not once. Never. Now, y'all might know some stories. Please let me Please tell me, all right? All right? I've never. Most gay boys act like they single mamas. You ever seen the mannerisms? They always act extra. You ever seen it? You ever seen that? All right? It's fascinating. It's also fascinating how we've been on this for 3 hours and we've been talking about every damn thing. I forgot this live was about the mentorship. Right now we're talking about why the world is so gay. Wow. And we're not getting banned. Look at America, man. Make America great again. Golly. Bring back bullying. All right? Some of y'all women need to get bullied. All right? Yes. Back in the day, some of y'all got bullied. Y'all wouldn't say the things y'all say now. All right? Back then when a woman would say, don't tell him, don't do that. Woman, you would have got slapped down in the 30s. What? No, I'm not saying bring back domestic violence. I'm just saying, hey, woman, shut up. All right? Fellas, sometimes you got to take, hey, woman, shut up. Okay? Somebody said bring back domestic violence. Now, I can't say that now. I got a business page now. Oh, I got to delete that comment. You can't say that. You can't say that. No, get that off here. Okay, no, get that off here. Yeah, you can't say that. No, no, man, you can't. No, they're going to say I'm enticing. Delete that. Please, best of both. Please, man, please delete it. All right? They're going to get me for that. Yeah, man, yeah. Yeah, man, yeah. Yeah. I ain't sound. All right? I just want y'all to think it without saying it. It's called implied. It's called implied influence, not express influence. Yeah, man. Like, and don't y'all see what the feminist movement have did? They have literally ushered in the gayest movement of all. We've never seen a gay movement this big ever since the feminist movement. All right? Because one thing about women, they gonna encourage you no matter what. How many of y'all got grandmas? Y'all about to prove my point. How many of y'all got grandmas? How many of y'all wasn't shit growing up? Meaning you was basically the shit show of the family. Meaning you always borrowing money. Meaning you never got nothing. Meaning you always need help. But grandma always say, I don't care what they say about you, baby. You the greatest in my eyes. How many of y'all got a grandma like that? I got a grandma like that. All right? I think a lot of us got grandmas like that. All right? Now, let's hold on to that same understanding, right? Now, imagine being zesty and going to your mom. Now, some moms don't play that. Some moms will try to fight it and then say, look, I don't know what to do. Look, he gonna be gay. He gay. All right, what y'all want me to do? All right, I can't stop it. All right, this is what he want to do. I'm just a single mom. What you want me to do? All right, I've done everything. I bought him action figures. He want to play with Barbies. I bought him cars. He want to play with nail sets. Okay, what do you want me to do? Well, how about you stop letting him in the bathroom when you get ready? How about you stop getting dressed around him? How about you stop letting him see the whole goddamn process for what women do? All right, because you know you don't own like 4 different damn faces before you walk out the door. All right, why you think zesty men, all right, are perfect at doing makeup? All right, I never understood that. I never understood, like, why are male makeup artists so good at what they do? Sometimes they better than the women. Y'all ever notice that? You ever seen a woman get her face done like, damn, you look beautiful. Then they show they makeup artists. Big zesty. Now again, respect, all right? Again, like, this ain't no for y'all to line up and try to whoop my ass. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all look kind of big, all right? Look, listen, all right? Listen. Makeup was for men. Ladies, did y'all know that? Ladies, did y'all know that? Did y'all know makeup was for men? A lot of women don't know that. A lot of women did not know that. Another thing, did y'all know high heels were made for men? Did y'all know high heels were made for short men? Why do women wear heels? Why do women wear heels? Besides looking good, why do short ass women wear heels? Yeah, trans is nothing new. All right, men used to transform at night for a very long time. All right, that's why I don't get. That's why I'm saying I don't get this whole. I don't get the movement. Like people act like gay just started. All right, people been being gay. All right, and it didn't start as a kid. All right, that's what I'm saying. When did people start saying I was a gay? I was like, come on, man, this is something new. Homosexuality has always been around, family. All right, well, it has been around for a long time, I should say. I'm not gonna say it's always been around. I'm saying it's been around for a long time. All right, you had men that used to dress up as women. You had boy lovers. All right, hence the Greek. All right, the Greeks were well known as being boy lovers. All right, for Valentine's Day, they were well known for having sex with little boys. For y'all that did not know that, that's why I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, because that had nothing to do with love. All right, it has to do with gay folks confessing their love to each other, and also a massacre as well that went on. For y'all that didn't know that, for those that celebrate Valentine's Day. All right, another point. All right, women. Okay, let me ask you a question while we're on this topic before I go. All right. Who does a gay man go see to get compliments? And who does a gay man go see to go get accountability? First question, who does a gay man go see to get compliments? Who does a gay man go see to get accountability? Woman and woman. All right. How many gay men here, all right, have went to a heterosexual male that wants nothing to do with being gay, meaning he respects you, and you honestly ask them your opinion? How come all gay men always go to women for encouragement? Y'all ever notice that? Yes, Trey, you look good, girl. Y'all ever notice that? It's women. It's been women. These same women got the nerve to say, it ain't no good men. Duh, because they're gay. You made them gay. Y'all done gayed all the men. That sounds crazy. Y'all have gayed all the men. You hear men talking like women now. You see men holding up the emoji, that's T. That's giving. I'm like, you don't shut your bitch ass up. Man, we trying to get banned on TikTok. Man, sound talking like a female dog. Man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. My homeboy said something. He said something that was this. I said, hey, bro, no, bro. We from the 90s, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, young boy, you call me twin again, I'ma slap you. All right, ain't no motherfucking twin. What is this new talk? When did men start twinning? You guys are gay, man. You boys are gay. Okay, there we go. We restricted. Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, we got restricted on TikTok. It says you cannot go visual for 10 minutes. Oh man. We got all rocks off. All right, y'all get my message. All right, yeah, they trying to get us now. All right, but yeah, man, y'all done zestified all the guys. All right, yeah, there's a zestification going on. All right, I'm gonna start finding you guilty for committing zestification in the 3rd degree. Man, what? Oh my God. Next man that called me twin is guilty of zestification. Yeah. Man, all that twin. Man, what? Twin? Like, what? You saying 20? Oh, you said twin. What? But we don't look nothing alike. But, you what? You thought it was a twin. Boy, you gay. All right, but with that being said, y'all, peace and love. Make sure y'all tap in with the mentorship tomorrow. Again, the link will be sent out at 12 o'clock for us to have a scheduled call at 6 o'clock tomorrow. All right? Now, remember, tap in. The mentorship is $500. Tonight is the last night to sign up. All right? Our first class will be next week. All right? But with that being said, y'all, peace and love. All right? And make sure y'all repost, reshare this live. Peace and love.